Yeah. Yeah.
They took it to 10.
Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Denver Broncos. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make them happy. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
On second down, it's Drake. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Rosen will throw, and that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their own 42. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. But one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Drake. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins.
Makes the score Dolphins 7, Broncos nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
18 Gator, 55 to Mike. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Let's go. Here we go. Let's go.
From the 36, Locke. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you, and you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Hey, Delta.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Get that quarterback. Get it.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw it is Locke. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Josh Gordon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Running from the shotgun with Dre. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Second down, defense, let's go. Joker.
They'll run with Darkwa. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
On 3rd down, Drake. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
At the 31-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. A give running right, Lindsey. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Ready. 10 Tucson. 55. Hey, lock it. Hey, check 24.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, you talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Locke. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. On 1st down, Drake. And he's taken down inside the 30. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
About 3 yards there to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Rosen to throw. Caught by Wilson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Drake. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Orleans Darkwa, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Locke's throw caught by Sutton. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Locke now, 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Now it's Lindsey. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's 80 weapon. Let's bring it. 25, check 22.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
10 Lobo. Here we go, here we go. Get.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Locke. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Josh Gordon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Now he's having a nice little first half for your partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
A gain of 15. First down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Rush in, rush in. Rush alert, alert, alert. Monday.
Faking the give to Drake, now Rosen. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rosen, and he completes it to Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And he rifles one incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
this guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
The Dolphins on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. That's complete to Robinson. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Watt going to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Sanders on for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Dolphins 24, Broncos 14.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 23-yard line.
Come on,
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Come on, rock it.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Taken down back at the
Hey, Haywood. Snap.
On 2nd and 15 now. Locke looking deep downfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. 82 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Now Rosen. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
At the 44-yard line.
On the set.
Choose the mic. Check 50. Choose the mic.
Hey!
Screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Hey, zoom.
52. Mike 52.
Rip left, rip left.
52's the mic. Watch Mike. Watch Mike.
3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz.
Mike 52. Mike 52.
Here we go.
Five.
After the turnover, here's Locke. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Set, ready? 70, Indy.
All day, every day, any day.
On first down, it's Lindsey. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Sam off.
On first down, Locke. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Intended for Cortland Sutton. Incomplete.
And we're going to get a timeout
It's now second
with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. The kick by McManus is good. And that will do it for this first half. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
at their own 29-yard line.
Ready?
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Ready?
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. He completes this to Sutton. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So now first and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. They'll run the toss. It's Lindsey. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Another run by Lindsey. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down.
Big series right here. So we got to step
General West.
He's crossing. He's checking crack.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Okay, double up. Get it.
Throwing his lock on third down. He may try and run for this. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
50, plant.
Hey, eat. Yeah. You don't want none.
Let's go.
Clock now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Escaping the pressure right. Bryant has it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On the double.
52's the mic. Here we go.
Look at me. Score. Snap.
They'll run on first down. Lindsey. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double.
Ladies and gentlemen,